The following program contains shocking expressions of free speech. If you suffer from being tongue-tied, ankylosing, Randall might not be right for you. Check with your romper room teacher.
Speaking the truth when others hold their tongues. Wrestling for justice with left-wingers and crocodiles. Resisting the temptation to keep the peace at any price. The only talk show host who writes his own theme music, Randall Terry.
Are you ready to rumble? Himiny, 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 here, himiny, 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 here, himiny, here, himiny, here, himiny, himiny, here. The referendum is in. Obama and the Democrats took a trouncing in New York's 9th district. Oh yes, he's eating humble pie. Ooh, it tastes just like Mama's. Today's program brought to you in part by No Apology. Ghostwritten, was it? By Kurt Cobain? For Mitt Romney? Only a drug addict ghost could come back and write trash like this. And by Republican candidate for president, Jon Huntsman. Hey, we've got a Democratic devil in the White House. Why not give a try for a Republican devil? I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, after a word of brilliance from my friend, Sir Reginald Bling. Just turn the thing on. I got something to say. I've had a change of heart. Please, President Obama, help me. Help me, President Obama. My car broke down. I need some cash for my clunker. My house is in repossession. I need some cash for my mortgage. My children are sick. I need some money for the doctor. My grandmother is hungry. I need some money for her bread. And my children want to go to college, but they can't afford it. I need some money for their schooling. Please, President Obama, just let me live in the big house and I'll be a good slave if you'll just take care of me. President Obama, will you take care of me? Talk to me, baby. I'm feeling a little bit light. I'm feeling a little bit delirious. I'm feeling a little bit excited. Because in a 3-1 Democratic district, and by the way, I am a Democrat and running as a Democratic candidate for president, so therefore I am one. In a Democratic candidate, or in a Democratic district, a Republican won in a special election. You might remember the name Anthony Weiner. That's Weiner, not Weiner. He told one of my staff so. One of my staff actually was crying out to him one day, prophesying, "Hey, Weiner!" And Weiner turned around and said, "It's Weiner." No. He All right, anyway. Anthony Weiner was, of course, brought down in the scandal involving sexting, as they call it. Now, this district is 3-1 Democrat. It is also the most heavily Jewish district in the entire United States of America. I've got staff and audience laughing all over the place here. I'm sorry. We need to put the laugh track in. All right. It is the most heavily Jewish district in the nation. They clean the clocks of Republicans in this district, okay? And a Republican won, a man named Bob Turner. Now, this man, as you might imagine, is a Republican pillar of Jell-O. Frankly, folks, he's a cipher. Take the rim off of the zero, knock it away, and that's Bob Turner. Go to his website. Look for yourself. He's got nothing to offer. But he did do one good ad, just one. We'll show you the ad. We'll give the devil his due, and then we'll come back and talk about what this means for Obama, what it means for Israel, what it means for the 2012 election. Let's roll tape. 30 seconds. Listen, a broken clock is right twice a day. Bob Turner got one thing right. Here it is.
It's been 10 short years. Everyone remembers. Some, though, want to commemorate the tragedy by building a mosque on Ground Zero. President Obama thinks that's a good idea, and so does congressional candidate David Weprin.
But I support the right of the mosque to build.
Bob Turner says no. He knows Obama and Weprin are wrong. September 13th, send a message. Bob Turner for Congress.
I'm Bob Turner, and I approve this message.
La-di-da, whoop-de-doo. He's against the mosque in New York City. Wow, Bobby, you're really something, aren't you? What about Social Security, Bobby? Oh, no, you don't want to privatize it? What about the babies in homosexual marriage, Bobby? Oh, no, you're not right on those issues either? No guts, huh? No glory? What about education, huh? Mum's the word. Only a kid can't spell mum, so you got to give more money to the government schools. Bob Turner is a longtime Republican insider. He's an empty suit. It's a big suit, but it's still an empty suit. So, I, of course, am heartily disgusted with most of the Republican Party, as one might imagine. But what is really interesting to me is that if a cipher can beat a Democrat in a heavily Democratic district, what does this mean for Obama in 2012? Well, it means that if anyone with half a brain runs against him, they'll certainly lose. Because a zero can defeat a known entity, but a half of a zero, he's going to say enough to get himself in trouble. Bob Turner said nothing about anything. Literally, go to his website. He had nothing of importance to say about any critical issue we are facing in today's world, except no to the mosque. Now, is his district where the mosque is? No, not at all. But he's in the New York City area playing to the Jewish vote. Let's talk about that for a minute. President Obama has been Mr. Ignoramus when it comes to his Israeli policy. And the Jews in America are starting to wake up and smell the falafel. Okay? He is in trouble with Jewish voters. Ed Koch, former mayor of New York City, a Jewish gentleman, endorsed this Republican, Bob Turner. Ed Koch, in case you don't know, Democrat, big-time Democrat. He endorsed Bob Turner. The right-wing Jewish community, the Republican Jewish community, by the way, which represents about 20% of the Jews in that district, 80% of them are Democrat, all right? They were sending out flyers saying, basically, in effect, that Obama is betraying Israel. And then if we want to defend Israel, let's send a message to the White House and not elect the Democrat and elect Bob Turner. It won. It worked. So President Obama and his staff, right now they're going like this. They're licking their wounds. And they're saying, no, we're not licking our wounds. We just need salt. It's a hot day and got a little salt built up on my skin. Tastes good. All right, I gotta go. I gotta take a break. I have to take a break, right? We're at break time. All right, I'm gonna take a break. When we come back, let's talk about Israel. Let's talk about Egypt. Let's talk about Turkey. Let's talk about the stranglehold that's emerging around Israel right now. And coming up, some really good comedy from a startlingly attractive woman. I might like to marry this girl. I'll be right back.
Randall and I made a trip to Mars as part of a secret project. Okay, I lied. It was actually to the moon with Neil Armstrong.
Hi, Joe Costello here, founder of Kylea Health and Energy. I've been making superb nutritional supplements for over 15 years, and from day one, I've partnered with Randall Terry, helping to fund his invaluable work in reclaiming our country's biblical and godly roots. I want to share with you a product that has changed hundreds of thousands of lives since its inception.
Introducing the Total Living Drinks, Greens and Berry, the ultimate superfood formulas that provide you the 9 essential areas of nutrition your body needs on a daily basis. Each serving of the Total Living Drink provides the life-giving phytonutrients that come from the equivalent of 5 servings of organic vegetables and berries, enzymes for better digestion and nutrient absorption, protein for building lean muscle mass so you can burn more fat for fuel, probiotics for better intestinal function, herbs for building energy and stamina, antioxidants for maximum immune function and disease prevention, and all the vitamins and minerals you need for slowing down aging and maximum health. You would have to take 30 to 40 capsules each day and spend almost $10 a day to match the over 30,000 milligrams of total nutrition in each scoop of the Total Living Drink. Order right now and get started on the amazing Total Living Drink. They come in 2 delicious flavors, Total Living Drink Greens and Total Living Drink Berry. And every single dollar we receive, we give a generous amount to Randall Terry's organization to help further his work and further the kingdom. Visit us online at the address on your screen and receive an online discount or call the toll-free number. Call today, and for the daily price of a latte, you can get back on the road to better health and energy with Kylea's Total Living Drink.
Moments with Moses. The Lord will make the rain of your land powder and dust. From heaven it shall come down upon you until you are destroyed.
I would like to say thank you for our producers and our sponsors for allowing me to have my own television show. I know that I have something very valuable to offer to the American people, and if you just give me a chance, I can do it. You know, I try so hard to do a bit and go all the way through it, but no, people all around me off camera. What is with you people? Laughing their brains out. All right, let's talk about Israel, Egypt, and Turkey. Now, I know that a lot of us are preoccupied with bringing in our crops, getting the kids back in school, all of this, but there is a trouble a brewing, okay? We have Turkey, who basically sent home the Israeli ambassador, and we have Egypt that drove out the Israeli ambassador. The Egyptian government allowed protesters to storm the Israeli embassy. There was almost death there. I mean, they were one wall away, is what I heard, one wall away from getting to the Israeli staff to kill them. Now, Egypt has a treaty with Israel that they have already indicated they may or may not, emphasis on may not, honor, the one that was signed by Anwar Sadat. And the Turkish have been helpful to the Israelis since the mid-50s, okay? Really and truly probably their strongest partner in the region until the peace treaty with Egypt. If you want to include Iran, Iran used to be a friend of Israel because they're Persian, and they had to deal with Iraq, so they had the common enemy of Iraq. But the whole equilibrium of that region is literally crumbling. It's falling apart. It's like that drunken sailor. I don't even know if I can say the word drunken sailor, because I don't have enough S's in my voice.
I need more S's. Anyway, the Obama administration is actually helping to inspire this anti-Semitic wave that is now not in the rabble-rousing, terrorist-promoting terrorists themselves, but in governments that for decades have been supportive of Israel, have had normalized relationships with Israel. There's a noose tightening around Israel's neck. If Israel goes to war with Egypt or with Turkey or with Syria, but especially Egypt and Turkey, you can bet that there will be American sorties being flown, there will be American warships in the Mediterranean for the defense of Israel, and it is even possible, please God don't let it happen, but it is possible that American boots could be on the ground. I mean, after all, we put boots on the ground in Lebanon. Don't you remember? 1980s on President Reagan. Now, let's shift gears for just 1 minute. The next time you hear the phrase Arab Spring, think Muslim Brotherhood, okay? This whole Arab Spring, all these protests that have filled the Middle East for the past few months, they were instigated by, organized by, called for by the Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood's stated goals are the restoration of the caliphate, one supreme military and religious leader over the Ummah, the Islamic peoples, and the implementation of Sharia law. Okay? In other words, we're going to trade a bunch of tin pot dictators, al-Assad in Syria and Mubarak in Egypt and Gaddafi in Libya. We're going to trade in a bunch of tin pot dictators for one mega dictator. And these democratic processes that you people are moving towards, listen, the end game, Sharia. Sharia law. We want the Sharia law. Allah Akbar, Sharia law. That's what they want, people. And so the Arab Spring is a desert of weeds and thorns. It will produce not less, but more oppression of human rights, because at the end of the matter, the implementation of Sharia law results in the abrogation of human rights, the freedom of religion, the freedom of association, the freedom to preach and to practice your religion openly, the freedom to criticize your government. All of these things are in an ash heap with the Arab Spring. So when you hear the phrase Arab Spring, turn around and whoever said it to you, slap them. I mean, just boom, right in the face.
Did he really mean that?
No, I didn't really mean it. It was a joke. I got to take a quick break. When we come back, the hills are alive with the sound of mortar. Oh, I like this girl. Check her out. I mean, just her intellect.
Hi, Joe Costello here, founder of Kailea Health and Energy. I want to share with you a product that has changed hundreds of thousands of lives.
Introducing the Total Living Drinks, Greens and Berry, the ultimate superfood formulas that provide you the 9 daily essential areas of nutrition your body needs. Each scoop provides the life-giving phytonutrients that come from the equivalent of 5 servings of organic vegetables and berries, probiotics for better intestinal function, antioxidants for disease prevention, and vitamins and minerals for establishing maximum health. Order now and get started on the Total Living Drink. When you do, a generous gift will go to Randall Terry's organization to help further his work and further the kingdom. Order online and receive an online discount or call the toll-free number. Call today and enjoy maximum health and energy.
Only one link in the chain of destiny can be handled at a time. Sir Winston Churchill.
Welcome back to the program, senor. I'm going to talk with you with the Spanish accent and also
With the French accent, my friend. Mademoiselle, you look beautiful looking into my television. Huh? I love what you have done with your hair. Oui, oui. Okay, I want to take you on a quick journey through a master's degree. Middle East policy. In a minute, we're going to play that comedy bit. The hills are alive with the sound of mortars. And by the way, we're not making fun of people being hurt or of people dying. We're making fun of the asinine foreign policy that this administration has. And oh, dare I say it? Yeah, the one before. Let me tell you, here's how it works. Listen closely. You're going to learn something you didn't know. Way back in the 1600s, there was something called the Peace of Westphalia. You see, all the Christian nations of Europe were at each other's throat, and they were trying to impose one religion over another, intervening in the internal affairs of another nation. And so they came up with this peace, and it began in the name of God, in the name of the Holy Trinity, amen. All right? Basically, what it allowed is for these countries and their princes and kings to decide which branch of Christianity would be practiced in that realm. Well, that set up the system that is known by scholars and policy analysts and Henry stinking Kissinger as, ready? Global anarchy. It's called anarchy. Another word for it is the self-help system. It basically goes like this. The strong do what they want and the weak have to submit, and nobody can intervene in the internal affairs of another nation. All right? You want to kill your people? That's your business. It's not our business. Remember Pat Buchanan saying that we should not have gone into Europe during World War II? Remember him saying that? He believes that. Why? Because he believes in the system called anarchy. The logical conclusion of anarchy, everyone doing what they want, is isolationism. We'll do what we want, you do what you want, and we won't judge you according to our system of ethics. So apply that to China. Communist China is our enemy. Red China, bad. Taiwan, freedom, good. Come Henry Kissinger. Henry Kissinger says, hey, let's cut a deal with the Chinese. Let's forget about the fact that they have slave labor camps, that they brutally murder their people. They have no freedom of speech, no freedom of religion, no freedom of the press. They can't elect or criticize their government officials. It is a tyrannical, damnable, born in hell state. Okay? Let's forget all that. And let's leave ethics out of the equation. Okay? And so they then recognize Red China and throw Taiwan under the bus. That's the fruit of anarchy. Juxtapose that, you ready, with the Augustinian theory of just war. The concept of just war is that there is a God in heaven. He gave us rules of right and wrong. And when a nation does something that should be punished, okay, if another nation has the leadership, has the ability, and will go in and not bring a lot of harm to civilians and to crops and stuff like that, that it then can intervene in the internal affairs of another nation for the sake of justice. So the poison that is in our foreign policy is this. We say that we are involved in other nations or not involved in other nations based upon, ready, our own interests, American interests, U.S. interests. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we'll watch while the Rwandans butcher each other, even though we could have stopped it. We'll let them slaughter hundreds of thousands of Christians. Why? No oil. They don't have any oil in Rwanda. Why do we care about Libya? Oil. Why do we care about Iraq? Oil. Why do we care about Kuwait? Oil. Why do we care about Saudi Arabia? Oil. You see, when you put the interests of the United States first, then it allows you to do anything you want or not do something that you should. Yeah. So who's our biggest trading partner right now? China. China. China makes our Christmas presents, even though Chinese people can't celebrate Christmas. China makes our prints of our books on politics, many of them, even though their people would be executed if they tried to implement the very things that they're printing in the books. Are you hearing me? China builds or rather makes our cribs and all of our children's toys for our big families, even though if they try to have big families, their women would be dragged away to hospitals and forcefully aborted. We have betrayed human rights for the sake of American interests. And what's our interest with China? Our cheap junk. I'm starting to feel like John the Baptist and I gotta tone it down. I gotta bring it back to comedy. I talked to you about that little lady. Oh, I know her and I love her. Let's watch this comedy bit. I'll break it.
Will hide for 1,000 years. The Libyan skies are ablaze with fire. The UN will tell us why. Will tell us why. I have a little boy who is 8 years old who could make a better plan than to say, I don't know when this war will end. They say that we may give them all some guns to fight this for themselves, But wait, who are they? Don't they hate the USA? I want to cheer Obama's name, but I have a brain.
Let death come upon them. Let them go down to Sheol alive. Let them go away in terror into their graves. But I call upon God and the Lord will save me. Amen.
Hi, Joe Costello here, founder of Kylea Health and Energy. I want to share with you a product that has changed hundreds of thousands of lives.
Introducing the Total Living Drinks, Greens and Berry, the ultimate superfood formulas that provide you the 9 daily essential areas of nutrition your body needs. Each scoop provides the life-giving phytonutrients that come from the equivalent of 5 servings of organic vegetables and berries, probiotics for better intestinal function, antioxidants for disease prevention, and vitamins and minerals for establishing maximum health. Order now and get started on the Total Living Drink. When you do, a generous gift will go to Randall Terry's organization to help further his work and further the kingdom. Order online and receive an online discount or call the toll-free number. Call today and enjoy maximum health and energy.
Benjamin Franklin said, "Men will ultimately be governed by God or by tyrants." Being governed by God means being governed by God's law for all of us, and that means freedom. Being governed by tyrants means they make up the rules, and ultimately they enslave us to their agenda. They might be articulate, they might have a nice suit, they might be funny, but like Obama, they're still tyrants. You pick, God or tyrants.